Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel where I share the best career advice to help you succeed. Now today we are exploring a crucial topic, the don'ts of salary negotiation. So whether you're a fresh graduate or a seasoned professional, navigating salary negotiations can be tricky. But don't worry, I'm here to help you avoid common mistakes and negotiate like a pro. But before we get started, remember to subscribe and hit the bell icon for more such tips on acing your career. Okay, now let's jump right in with our first don't. Number 1, don't talk about personal expenses. Bringing up your rent or student loan during a salary negotiation is a big no-no. Employers are focused on your value to the company and not your personal financial situation. Instead, focus on your skills, experience, and how you can contribute to the company's success. For example, you can say something like, based on my skills and experience, I believe a salary range between X and Y is appropriate. Number 2, don't undervalue your worth. Now, many people make this mistake of setting their salary expectations too low. Do your research, use websites like Glassdoor or LinkedIn Salary to find out what people in similar roles are earning. So you can say something like, I believe my strong background in marketing strategy and successful campaigns will bring value to your company. Based on my skills and experience, I'm confident I'm worth a salary in line with industry averages. Number 3, don't disclose previous salaries too early. Revealing your past salaries can limit your negotiating power. If asked early on, instead of saying, I've always been paid X amount in my previous job, so I'd expect something similar here, you can respond with something like, based on my expertise and the responsibilities of this role, I'd expect a fair compensation aligned with industry standards. Number 4, don't forget to discuss a salary range. Discussing a salary range rather than a fixed amount offers flexibility. For example, say something like, based on my experience and the role's requirements, I'm looking for a salary range between X and Y. Now this shows you're open to negotiation and this can lead to a mutually agreeable salary. Number 5, don't forget to practice. Now practice makes perfect, so rehearse a negotiation conversation with a friend or mentor. The more you practice, the more confident you'll feel. Think about potential counter offers and how you'll respond to them. For example, if a friend pretends to be the employer and offers you a lower salary than you expected, practice how you would respond to that calmly and professionally. So you might say, I understand your budget constraints, but based on my experience and the industry standards, I believe a salary range between X amount and Y amount is fair. Number 6, don't focus only on basic salary. In salary negotiations, it's crucial not to fixate solely on the basic salary. Employers often offer a range of benefits and perks that can significantly enhance your overall compensation. Now, these can include bonuses, health insurance, retirement plans, flexible working hours, paid time off, and professional development opportunities. For example, instead of just looking at the basic salary, consider the value of a performance bonus or stock options. These benefits can add substantial value and improve your job satisfaction and financial well-being. So when discussing your compensation, make sure to ask about the full package and not just the base pay. Number 7, don't use ultimatums. Using ultimatums can make you seem inflexible. So instead of saying, I need this salary or I'm leaving, try something like, I'm very excited about this opportunity, but I was hoping we could discuss the salary to better align with my expectations. Number 8, don't forget to listen. Now, listening is just as important as talking. Pay attention to what the employer is saying. This can give you clues about their flexibility and priorities, helping you tailor your negotiation strategy. Number 9, don't negotiate over email. While negotiating over email can be convenient, it's often better to have these conversations in person or over the phone. This allows for a more dynamic discussion and helps build rapport. But if you must negotiate over email, be clear and professional. Number 10, don't forget to follow up. After the negotiation, send a thank you email. This shows professionalism and keeps the communication lines open. Even if you don't get everything you ask for, showing gratitude can leave a positive impression. So there you have it, the top 10 don'ts of salary negotiations. I hope you found these tips helpful and feel more prepared for your next negotiation. Remember, confidence is key, and with the right approach, you can secure the salary you deserve. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more such career tips and advice. Thank you for watching and good luck with your negotiations. Thank you.